Okay, so here we are at InterDrone 2018, and we're in the Brothers booth, and we have Kevin here. And Kevin, you're going to tell us a little bit about some of the products that you guys make just for drone users.
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to, John. So, Brother makes a lot of products. People know us for printers, sewing machines, etc. One of our growing product lines is the AirScouter. It's a set of monocular head-mounted displays, and they found a great home in the drone industry because it's giving pilots first-person view. But because of binocular nature, you're not losing line of sight like you would say with a full set of goggles or glasses or so forth. So yeah, this is our third InterDrone. So we've kind of grown with the industry here. Yes, we've got two models we're showing off here: the WD-300C and the WD-320C, both HDMI models. And we kind of had a little fun with how we're demoing it. So I'll show you here. So we've got the screen here, right? It's a nice coastal view from Japan here, and you can see a small drone flying over the ship here. So essentially, you're a pilot, you're on the coast, you're trying to keep track of that drone as it's flying far away in the clouds, right? But you still want to see what you're flying, right? So I could take my controller, look down, look up, look down, look up. Oh, I lost it, you know? So what we're doing here now is we're saying, hey, let's take the footage coming off that drone and let's put that through a headset here, right? So, case in point, I put this on here, right? And I'm able to actually see what this drone is capturing. But you notice, I've still got essentially, 85, 90% of my visual field is now open, and I can keep an eye on where that is. I always say, like, you're driving your car, right, and you want to look behind you, you're not going to jerk your head back. You're going to just flick your eye up to the rear of your mirror. Same kind of concept, right? Easier, safer. You're going to do more efficiently. You're not going to lose your drone. Actually, I'll show you before I put this down. So the way this sets up, right, and this is across all of our models, right? We've got a headband. You can do an arm here for the right or the left eye. So depending on which eye is your dominant. 720p screen in here, and we got adapter, so you can actually adjust that focus from 12 inches essentially up to infinity. In fact, we've had some guys, they take off their reading glasses and they say they can see, more clearly just adjusting the adapter. So we might be putting some optometrists out of work too. And then this connects down to a control box. Now this is where the two models we're showing are different. So this is the 300C, right? You see it's a miniature control box, very small. Versus our 320C. It's a full-size control box here. And it's not just, Papa Bear, Baby Bear. For the 300, we kind of look at this and saying, hey, we want something lightweight. We want something that's a little more budget-friendly, too, for whether you're an independent drone owner or if you're just a public safety department and you're really fighting your budgets, right? So we take in an HDMI signal here. This takes a 720p input, which is what I would say 95% of your drones out there are going to put out anyway. This one's actually powered by an external source, a little cell phone battery like this, probably lasts 4 hours. It's really a power sipper here. Pretty basic. It'll give you 5 levels of brightness toggle. It just, like I mentioned, just feeds that video to you. So this model is $799. Now, if you want to step up, I'll take a walk over here. So the 320, this actually has an internal battery in there. We add some features, some zoom features with the same brightness features. Also takes video input up to 1080p. It also takes PAL, so 25 hertz, 50 hertz. So it gives you a little more flexibility, especially some of the real high-end enterprise drones. They might be using non-standard drone cameras, shall we say. They're using traditional cameras on there. If you've got something you've put together yourself. This comes with a belt pack. It actually comes with an eye cup that we could put on there to really isolate that view. As I mentioned, it's a step up, so this one's $14.99. But again, if you really need those inputs and you need those features, for a drone that's, say, a $40,000 drone, it's probably a worthwhile investment. We've also got a model, the 330C, that uses an SDI input rather than HDMI. Very similar to the 320C. Didn't bring that today, but if you're using like a Sendence controller or something like that, and you really want to make sure you've locked in that cable, that might be a good way to go.
Well, I could say that I've tested out some of these, and they work great. Once you get up to your eye, the vision that you have, you think, oh, this small little screen, but it's so close to your eye that it's like this giant screen in front of you.
Yeah, so the equivalent, in fact, I remember even, John, when you were saying some real kind words about our 200B, the previous model. So we said that was about a 13-inch screen, at an arm's distance, 3 feet or so. This one's about a little bigger, so we're about a 19-inch. Yeah. So, you can almost say it's comparable to, the monitor on your desk. And it sounds small. We're all used to our 55-inch, OLED TVs. But, when you're there and it's right by your eye, you really do find it's big. You can clearly read on-screen display information from the drone, and it gives you what you need without taking up, all your eyesight there. Yeah. So it really does let you fly comfortably, safer, and let's say in public safety or something like that. As a fire line you're trying to watch, or you're in an active shooter situation, like there are times where having your head down in a controller, does become unsafe for you as an operator, even beyond just crashing a drone. So,
I think the biggest thing is clarity. I mean, that's what I love about it. You don't feel that small size. You feel, you see the clarity so much, and it's just easier to read it, because when you're out in the bright sunlight and you try to look at a screen down there, that gets hindered. This doesn't.
Yeah, that's very true. As I mentioned, your screen's actually in here, so you're not going to have that sun reflecting right on it like you would on the screen on your controller, especially at a baseball cap or something like that. And sun is not really a hindrance. The headsets are IP54 rated. I tell people don't go swimming in them, but if you get caught in a rainstorm or something like that, that's not going to affect that. Now,
you can be landing your drone before that anyway.
Exactly. Now this is open port, so you're going to want to stick that in your pocket or stick that in the bag. Yeah. But your headset, if that gets splashed, you're not going to have a problem. Right. So, I appreciate you guys taking some time and come talking to us today. Yeah,
well, we appreciate it. We like the product, so make sure you check it out. Brothers AirScouter, and here exhibited at InterDrone 2018.